Hello, class. We will now continue the second part of our lecture series about the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Okay, last time we discussed what historians now call the Third Century Crisis. And this is a time in Roman history in which the military was falling apart. Okay, Roman soldiers were less disciplined and loyal to the Roman Empire. In fact, they gave their allegiance to commanders. These commanders themselves fought for control of the Roman Empire, fought to be the emperor of Rome. Now, what this did was it put the Roman Empire, the Roman civilization, at a very strong disadvantage, okay? They had to defend against outside threats, which included the German barbarian tribes in the north, but also the Mediterranean pirates, which were attacking trade throughout the most important trade area for the Roman Empire, the Mediterranean Sea. How they did this, however, they couldn't rely on Roman citizens anymore. They had to rely on soldiers for hire or mercenaries, people they just paid who were oftentimes non-Romans to serve in the military. Now, as you can see, the military was in crisis because of this issue, but even among the Roman citizens, the average Roman citizens began to lose their loyalty to the Roman Empire, were no longer willing to serve in government positions. Okay, as you can see, the Roman Empire by the 3rd century looks like it's about to collapse right then and there. However, a man by the name of Diocletian will come to power around 284 AD, and he will work tirelessly, work very hard to try to change the Roman government so that it can survive this 3rd century crisis. He believed that the Roman military, the economy, even the religious institutions, and the whole political organization of the Roman Empire itself needed to change if the Roman Empire was to continue on much in the same way that it had for the past thousands of years. As far as the military goes, Diocletian was well aware that the Roman military could not be trusted. Nevertheless, he still needed to protect the Roman Empire from attacks from these northern tribes. So what he did was he doubled the size of the military in hopes that it would keep these northern tribes from attacking and disrupting the trade of the Roman Empire. The most important economic reform that Diocletian made was to set fixed prices for goods that were being sold to the Roman citizens. Remember, the Roman citizens had faced horrible problems economically because of inflation. Their money, which had been devalued by not having as much gold and silver in it, caused them to have to spend more money to buy the same goods that they had bought for less money in the past. So Diocletian believed if he was going to make the Roman citizens happy, he had to keep the prices of the goods that they would buy in the markets set at a lower level and not allow inflation to get beyond what Roman citizens could afford. Diocletian also made religious reforms. Now, he was a conservative man, meaning he believed that the Roman Empire was at its strongest when the Roman people were very firm, very loyal followers of the Roman polytheistic religion, meaning they believed in the many different gods and they went to the public ceremonies that the Roman emperors had set up for the Roman citizens. and he believed that the recent rise in Christianity, who he believed were very strange and weird people who refused to follow the rituals of the Roman past. He believed that Christianity was ruining the Roman Empire. So therefore, he wanted to really strengthen the idea of the Roman Empire being a polytheistic empire like it had been in the past. To do this, he claimed descent from the ancient Roman gods. He said that he was, which basically meant that he was a son of the gods, or he was directly related or had the same family as these Roman gods that many people worshipped. And also, he really spent a lot of time, money, and effort creating more religious festivals in order to promote the idea that the Roman Empire was a polytheistic religion like it had been in the past. And in contrast to this, many Christians throughout the Roman Empire faced persecution and were killed and executed during the reign of Diocletian. Probably most influential were Diocletian's political reforms. Diocletian believed, as many historians believe today, that the Roman Empire had become too large and too complex for one Roman ruler to control it. Therefore, he decided to divide the empire into the Greek-speaking Eastern Roman Empire, which included Greece, Anatolia, Syria, Egypt, and the Latin-speaking Western Roman Empire, which included Italy, Gaul, which is modern-day France, Britain, and Spain. He himself took the eastern half and appointed a co-ruler for the West. So you're back to this Roman rule where you have two consuls ruling the Roman Empire, one ruling the Western Roman Empire and one ruling the Eastern Roman Empire. Unlike many of the Roman emperors during the 3rd century crisis, who faced violent deaths, oftentimes caused by military coups against the Roman emperors, Diocletian was a skilled enough leader to be able to retire in 305 AD peacefully in his home, which is today modern day Croatia, where he continued to be a potato farmer. Now, Diocletian's legacy, or what he ultimately provided for the Roman Empire, is a little bit difficult to determine. Truthfully, his reforms did not work. His economic reforms, fixing the prices for the Roman citizens, did not really benefit the economy. In fact, it just created more corruption within the economy. His doubling of the army led him to increase taxes on the Roman citizens, which probably made the relationship between the Roman citizens more difficult, and the Roman citizens were unhappy with the Roman Empire. His attempts to really promote polytheism in the Roman Empire ended up completely failing because by the 4th century, Christianity was spreading even among the Roman emperors, which we can see in the Emperor Constantine. So, if we look at Diocletian's reforms in that way, yes, they were a failure. However, many historians argue that had Diocletian had not come in, had he not been such a strong leader, that the Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire, might have fell during the 3rd century crisis. And this, in fact, does not happen. The Western Roman Empire will continue up for maybe 200 more years.